So now we move into the Q&A session, which is really just a one-on-one session. And for everyone on the phone, hit *6. Tara, can you hear me, Tara?
Yes, Steve. Hi, how are you?
I'm so happy that you got on here.
I know, me too. I'm so happy to be in your class.
Tara is from India, everyone. A very pure soul. So,
and I sent you an email today, Steve. I want to share this with everyone. You are so soothing. It's so soothing and comforting listening to all you have to say.
Thank you so much.
And you have an answer to every situation, to every question, and you have a solution to every problem.
That's the heart that has a solution. And that's for all of us. If we go into our hearts, the answers are there. I assure you. And you have a huge heart, Tara. I know you do. So you're answering.
You find the answers better than anybody else.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. So is there anything that we can work on with you?
Yes, Steve. I spend a lot of time in the house because I have MS and I'm not able to, do too much of walking. So a lockdown is not something very new to me. But this time, there's a difference. I'm filled with sadness that I don't know how to deal with.
So good. Good. Can I start by telling you an interesting story about myself?
Yes.
So I was once on a retreat with Puran Bear, with I Am Heart, and Puran comes in and he can use his heart to scan people. So he sort of scans me. It's called contemplation in their terminology, and he says, "You have a lot of sadness about you." I said, "Who, me?" Because I could not feel it. And I said, I live in bliss, because that's my experience. I live in bliss 24/7. And he said, it's like when snow covers a mountain. You can't really see the mountain. You can only see the snow. And I got it, that I had some hidden sadness. So I said, how do I find it? He says, dive into your heart. He said, you might try reading or, watching sad movies or reading sad books. So I started doing that. I started reading the Native American tragedies, started reading Roots. And suddenly, at one point, when I was, the other interesting here, just as a confirmation is, I immediately cut off the retreat. I went and I'm taking singing lessons. I started singing lessons. This is a couple years back. And my singing teacher, a gal named Ulrike, wonderful gal, very intuitive also, and reads energy like a book, like a newspaper. She looked at me and she said, there's some sadness about you. I go, oh, there it is, okay? So, what happened is I discovered, and it turned out the sadness is that I'd been shut down about singing as a child. And at a certain point, a wave of sadness came over me like I'd never felt. And my reaction to it was, oh my goodness, this is incredible. Because I'd never really felt it like that. So what I'm going to ask you to do here, Tara, is, and that sadness, by the way, that cloud of sadness hung around me for like 5, 6, 7 minutes. It was such an interesting experience. It's just an energy. And I have this suspicion that you, who are already in lockdown, as you say, or semi-lockdown, are feeling this sadness on a very universal level. Okay? Just a suspicion. But
and also a personal level, because I live in a very beautiful home right now, but the owner wants the house back and I have to move, the new place isn't such a happy place, and I'm sad about moving there also. That sadness is
Gotcha.
also there in the back.
Good. So now we have two things for the sadness, I think. So
Yes.
can you welcome up this sadness?
Okay.
Yes. And everyone else, where is there sadness in your life? This is really a good time to find that and discover it, feel it, and love it. So Tara, can you welcome up this sadness some more?
Yes.
And can you just sort of notice the quality of sadness versus some other experience you might have? Can you get clear on that? I mean, easy to compare it to joy. It's very different, right? It's a
Yes.
lower, denser energy.
Yes.
So could you just be with the sadness?
Okay.
Now, let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
Do you like the sadness?
No.
No. Okay. Now, does that not liking it make it go away?
No.
It doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. So would it be okay with you if you saw this sadness as your own energy? Is that okay? It's your own energy?
Yes.
Yes. Or it's universal energy you've invited into experience. Could be one of the two. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
But there it is. And can that disliking doesn't make it go away?
No.
Could you let go of the disliking?
Okay.
Okay, that sounds easy. Yeah. You just get the sense that it's this energy within you that's showing up because it wants to be healed.
Yes.
Or maybe it wants to give you a message, a lesson. Or maybe it wants to be transformed.
Okay.
Okay? Do any of those resonate? You just want to heal it and let it go, or do you want to turn it
I
into
want to
something
heal
else?
it. I want to heal it and let it go. I want to heal it and just let it go.
Okay, I couldn't quite hear what you said. Could you say it again?
I want to heal it and let it go.
Good. We'll just do that then. So can you welcome up this sadness? And do you feel this
Yes.
in your body, or do you feel it in your general field?
In my heart.
In your heart. Wonderful. So could you just put your attention on your heart,
Okay.
open up your heart, and let that energy go?
Okay.
And could you let it go some more?
Yes.
And let it go some more.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And what's your experience of this energy right now?
It's leaving.
It's leaving. Good. Could you just keep letting that go?
Yes.
And let me ask you if there's a deeper element to the sadness.
Yes, probably. Yes.
And what comes up for you about that?
Um, I don't know. It's just a sadness.
Just sadness. So could you put it in the context of perhaps wanting control of your life or your body, or wanting love and approval, or wanting to be safe?
Um, Maybe wanting love and approval and control. Actually, all three.
All three. Fabulous. Let's start with love and approval because you mentioned that first. Okay? So is there a sense of lacking love and approval in your life?
Uh, I don't know. May not be, but
Or is there anyone that you want love and approval from that you're not getting it from?
no, no. But
Okay, good.
sometimes it's difficult to do things alone. Like now I'm moving,
Yes.
doing things on my own. It's not easy.
Yes. Yes. So that loneliness there,
Alone, maybe.
alone. Is it lonely? Is there loneliness there, or just being alone, and that's fine?
I don't know what the difference is.
Okay.
If it's an aloneness or loneliness, I don't know what it is. What's the definition? What's the difference?
Okay. Could you let go
I
of
don't.
trying to Could you let go of trying to figure that out?
Oh yes.
Yes. And let's just come back to your sadness then. Okay? Can you find the sweetness in that sadness?
No.
No. Okay, that's fine. Can you just be with that sadness, open up and let it go some more?
Yes.
And let it go some more. And on a scale of 10 down to 0, with 10 being very sad and 0 being not sad at all, where are you?
A 5 maybe.
At a 5.
Maybe.
Good. Good. So could you just let that sadness go some more?
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And could you let it go even more? Yes. And would it be okay with you if that number dropped some here?
Yes.
Yeah, where is it right now?
3 maybe.
3 maybe. So that moves up pretty quickly here, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so could you again open up and just let that sadness go? Just wants to leave. It wants to go to its proper home, doesn't it?
Yes.
Wherever it belongs.
Yes.
Would it be okay with you if that goes and you let go of, what happens is when you dislike it, you hold on to it.
Yes.
Yes. Could you let go of that disliking some more?
Yes.
Yeah. Let go of that disliking some more.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's that disliking that keeps you from feeling the sweetness of it. Because there's really in it some sweetness and beauty in sadness.
Yes.
So could you let the sadness go some more?
Yes.
And where are you in that scale of 10 down to 0, 0 being no sadness?
Well, 1, maybe 0.5.
Good. So that last little bit, we just hold on to it out of habit, don't we?
Well, we let that go too. We let that go too.
You can let that go too, right? Yeah. Easy to let that go.
Yes.
And what are you feeling right
I
now?
can feel it. It's 0 now actually because you said send the sadness to where it belongs. That was a very powerful line.
Yes. Good. So, are you in your heart right now, Tara?
Yes. Yes.
Good. And how does that feel right now?
Feels good because I've sent the sadness to where it belongs.
Good. So, take a look in your new home, or if you're not in there yet, just imagine it. And can you greet your new home with this quietness of your heart?
Okay.
And can you greet it again with the quietness of
Yes.
your heart?
Yes.
And could you allow your new home to be filled with love, with harmony, with beauty?
Yes. Good
Yes.
idea.
It's a good idea, isn't it?
Yes.
So, could you just set that intention and then just let it go?
Yes.
Yeah. And if ever you find yourself experiencing it as less than loving and less than beautiful, could you just let that feeling go
Yes.
and find those same qualities within your heart?
Okay.
Would that be okay with you?
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah, that'll work. And how do you think your environment will respond if you're always living in your heart?
Very well.
Very well. Perfect. Perfect. All right, Tara. Do we need to go anywhere else?
You make everything so easy, Stephen. My God.
You know what it is, Tara? It's just that I've done it so much. Just that I've done it so much.
If you make everything so easy, you make everything so easy. I said that's why I said it's so comforting and soothing just listening to you.
Yeah, thank you, but it's...
You have an answer to everything.
you are very kind.
So you fill us with confidence and hope.
Fantastic.
Really.
So
and I think I speak for everyone, not just for me.
And can you allow confidence and hope to build inside of yourself?
Thank you, yes.
Yes. Yes. That hope, that optimism, by the way, in terms of the dimensions of the heart, and we'll play with that at some point, that's the upper, the top side of the heart is a place where the optimism resides. And so the energy goes way, way up. We become very, very optimistic when our heart expands upward. We become very, very compassionate when our heart expands into the depths of its heart. That was a big breakthrough for me. I would go down about 3 feet and I'd stop. And then over time, that whole compassion opened up in me. Really, yeah, really extraordinary what we can do with our hearts. And all right, Tara, anywhere else we should go, or are we good here?
We're good here.
Okay. Well, thank you
so very, very much.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate your stepping up to share with us, to work with us.
Well, thank you for being there for us.
Okay. All right. Next person. Who's next? Any other gains? Any other questions? Anyone else feeling maybe the lockdown is really hard for them, or any other part of this pandemic, or any other part of your life? Here we have 516.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, who is this?
My name is Alex.
Alex, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's my first time on your call, and I actually missed a good portion of it, but I'm very familiar with releasing. So
okay, great. Great.
But I would definitely love to work. I think a lot of stuff is coming up.
Great. What's going on?
I guess one of the things, I am a physician, but a good friend of mine, he's a physician as well, and I work with him. I haven't been able to see him, and he's in, the units. I don't know, I just don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen.
Right. And what feeling does that bring up for you?
Sadness. That's the call, right?
That's the call. Today we're doing sadness. So can you explore the sadness? Would that be okay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the sadness?
I agree with you. I like going into it because it dissolves to peace usually.
Yeah. So could you just welcome up this, I'll call it the cloud of sadness, or the energy of sadness. Could you just welcome it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you in a spot where you can just dive into that cloud, immerse yourself fully into it?
Yeah, I'm able to work from home. So,
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So could you just dive into that cloud of sadness? And would it be okay with you if you just kept diving deeper and deeper into that sadness?
Yeah.
And deeper still. Yes. And would it be okay with you if you just keep going deeper and deeper until you find what's on the other side of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you go deeper still and finally dissolve into what's behind it, what's underneath it? What do you find is underneath it?
It's just quiet.
Just quietness. Now, do you notice the difference in texture of your experience between quietness and sadness?
Yeah.
Yeah. It helps to notice. It really does. Would it be okay with you, now that you notice silence clearly here, if that became with you all the time, 24/7?
Yeah.
Yes. And would it be okay with you if in this place of quietness that you could greet every feeling and welcome it up?
Mhm.
Yeah. And can you see, this is a discriminating question, can you see the difference between greeting feelings from quietness versus, say, greeting feelings from apathy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more open.
Much more open. Very hard
They
to
go
work
faster.
from. Yeah, very hard to work from apathy. So would it be okay with you that now that you can experience quietness so easily, because you were very quick with that, that you now begin to allow yourself to really step forward and move into beingness very rapidly?
Yeah.
Would that be okay with you?
Uh-huh.
Good. So could you take a look at your doctor friend who's in the unit? I take it that means intensive care unit. In the unit, in the depths of it, and what do you feel when you look at him now?
I still feel lost. Like, I don't know if we're ever gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, what if something happens to him?
Right. So that feeling of lost, or loss, or fear, from this place of beingness, can you welcome it up?
It's grief. It's more grief.
More grief. Good. So from this place of beingness, this quietness, can you welcome up this grief?
Yeah.
Welcome it up some more. So I'm beginning to grasp. I didn't grasp it. I thought he was working in the intensive care unit. Are you saying that he's actually got the virus and
No.
Okay.
He doesn't.
Okay.
But
okay.
you know, and he takes good care of himself. But still.
Okay. Good.
I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Sure. So could you?
No, I don't. Yeah.
Good. Could you welcome up this grief, this feeling of loss, and everyone else? I know there's people on this call who've lost friends, lost children, lost loved ones. Go to that grief right now. You're in a very quiet place. Now is the time to welcome it up. And would you like this grief to dissolve, or would you like to enjoy it?
I'd like to try dissolving it.
Okay. Can you notice that it's just like it's just another form of energy, like sadness, only it's got a different flavor to it.
Yeah.
You notice the difference? It's not so obvious as between sadness and quietness, but it's got a different flavor to it.
It does. It's flavor of loss. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So are you bigger than that flavor of loss, or is it bigger than you?
Of course. No, I'm bigger than it.
You're much bigger. So could you let go of holding on to that sense of loss?
Yes.
Yes. And you get that you're holding on to it, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, we all do it. We all do it, and we wonder why it stays. We wonder why it stays around.
6.
Yes. Okay, so on a scale of 10 to 0, this feeling of loss, this feeling of grief, where are you with 0 being totally free, totally quiet?
I don't feel the grief anymore. I think I'm 0.
Wow, that was quick. That comes from letting go of holding on then, I guess. That's really strong. Wow, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, if the feeling comes back, would you be willing to let go of it again?
Sure.
Of course. Good. And now that it's gone, can you move into peace?
Mhm.
Yes. Can you move into peace some more?
Yeah.
And peace some more.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
Yeah, and more.
Yes.
And can you allow that peace to expand to the far reaches of the universe?
Yeah.
Or just as far as it goes? And is it okay with you, now that you experience it, if you just make the intention to live in peace 24/7?
Yeah.
Do you feel a difference between quietness and peace?
Yeah.
I know. It's different, isn't it? It's different.
It is.
Yeah. And can you give yourself some love and approval for having done the work that allows you to be so fluent with your experiences on these subtle levels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody can. Okay. I think this is a nice place to end.
Okay. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate your calling.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So we have one more. Hello, Jean. Jean, I think. It's not Jean.
Hello.
It is Jean, yes. Hi, Jean. How are you
This is
doing?
hi. I had some gains, some huge gains.
Nice.
I've done a lot of work for my family when my dad passed away and went through all the paperwork, and everybody gave me a hard time. Well, I came across some information about my dad's World War II memoirs, and I made an effort to deliver it to each person yesterday, and they were so appreciative. I can't believe it. And the brother had sent me a letter a few days before thanking me for being supportive of him. And it's like, what? I couldn't have been more blown away.
Nice. That's a big gain.
It's a huge gain.
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations. Very good.
Thank you. Now, I would like, if you don't mind, some work on my one daughter and her husband, her family.
Okay.
She's very fearful of me getting the virus, and I'm not concerned about it so much. So I'm in Michigan, so one of the hot spots.
Yes.
So, so if you don't mind, please.
Sure. So, how much control over your daughter do you have?
0.
0.
Like I ever had any.
Right. Right. So, would it be okay with you if you let go of wanting to control your daughter?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. And could you let go some more?
Yes.
Yes. And would it be okay with you if you just reframe this whole story? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll make one up.
Thank you. I was trying to where can I go with this? Okay.
So every time that she, tries to fuss over you or tells you what to do, my daughter does this too. could you just say to yourself, "Oh, she loves me. She loves me."
Oh, yeah, because my other daughter doesn't do this.
Right. Right.
That's the one. She loves me. She loves me not.
So let's just role play here for a second. So I'll be your daughter.
Okay.
Mom, I want to make sure you're wearing your mask when you go out.
Okay.
No. You're gonna say she loves me. She loves me.
Oh, she loves me. Okay.
She loves me.
Okay, got it. I know.
Mom, you're not going out, right?
She loves me.
Mom, are you getting enough sleep?
She loves me.
Mom, are you taking care of yourself?
She loves me.
Mom, are you eating right?
She loves me.
I can't think of anything else. I'm stuck.
It's bringing up sadness. It's making me tear up. I guess the feeling is overwhelming. But she has that feeling.
Yes.
She's the daughter who I don't see too often. And the one who lives on the next block,
Right.
I hear from all the time.
Right.
But this daughter, I don't hear from her. And it's always kind of been like that.
Good. So this is actually a big gain in a sense.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so can you take it as a gain?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. And let go of wanting to control her. Could you allow her to express her love the way she can?
Yeah, okay, yes.
You can do that, can't you?
Yes, I can.
And can you let go of disapproving of your daughter for trying to control you? Yes.
Yes.
Let go of that disapproval some more.
Yes.
Yeah, and more.
Yes.
And can you just say, I love you?
I love you.
Yeah. And that's the truth, isn't it? You're a mother.
It is. It is.
And you love her. Yeah, you love her, okay?
Yeah, she's just a different personality than my other daughter and me.
Yeah, I got it. I know that one, believe me. we all do that, we all have that.
Yeah.
Okay. So where else do we need to go here?
I feel as if, and I might be out in left field, that her husband is disapproving of me. I've always felt like that.
Your husband's disapproving of you.
Yeah, you saw that same daughter, her husband. So
her husband. Oh, they're the son-in-law. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so your son-in-law is disapproving of you.
Yeah, it's like I'm not doing things right, and I shouldn't have gone in their house because someone in this office had it. It's like, and I'm thinking like, okay.
So
what?
Let's do the same question here. How much control do you have over your son-in-law?
0.
Even less, right?
Right.
So could you let go of wanting to control your son-in-law?
Yes.
Could you let go of trying to control him some more?
Yes.
And could you let go of trying to control him some more?
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And when you let go of trying to control, how do you feel?
I guess I didn't realize there was so much sadness about it.
Right. Boy, this is the morning for sadness, isn't it?
Yeah.
So can you
maybe the appropriate day.
Can you welcome up that sadness?
Yes. Yes.
And just to discriminate, does that sadness bring you closer to your son-in-law?
I don't know what it does, to be honest.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
When you see really sad people, are you drawn to them, or do you want to give them their space?
Probably give them their space.
Right. And your son-in-law probably is reacting the same way to you, to your sadness. Can you see that?
Oh, he went through a tough time. He was in special forces.
Yeah.
And my daughter went through a really, really tough time too. Okay. And I guess maybe my sadness is from that.
So could you welcome up that sadness some more?
Yes.
Yeah. And would you be more likely...
My daughter was isolated for so many months.
Sure, of course. I'm an Army brat. I understand this entirely. Okay?
Yeah, it's
tough. It's very tough.
Yeah.
So here you are, feeling the sadness. Could you just let it go? Could you just let it go some more?
Okay.
Yeah. Let it go some more. It's just the energy. Just energy, isn't it?
Yes.
And are you more likely to get love from your son-in-law if you're sad or if you're Filled with love yourself.
Filled with love.
Yes. Okay. And could you let go of wanting love and approval from your son-in-law?
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't. You can't beat it into somebody. Hey, damn it, give me respect.
Right. So could you let go some more?
Yes.
Of wanting love and approval from your son-in-law.
Yes.
And let it go some more.
Yes.
Would it be okay with you if you just let it all go?
Yes.
Yeah, because you know that's a losing game.
And yes, I do.
Could you give him some love and approval?
Yes.
And give him some more love and approval?
Yes.
And more love and approval?
Yes.
And more love and approval?
Yes.
And just check in with yourself. When you let go of wanting love and approval and you give him love and approval, move into being positive, you notice you feel a little bit quieter and easier?
Yes.
Yeah. And which is more likely to get the results you want here? When you're feeling quiet and loving or when you're feeling sad?
Quiet and loving.
Yeah. So how much sadness is left right now?
2%. 2 to 3%.
Oh my goodness.
2.5.
Let's Gene, I think we should hold on to that and deal with that the next call. What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think I should just let it go.
How about that, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so tricky.
All right. How are you feeling right now?
A sense of relief. A lot of relief.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been, thank you. I didn't expect to have that reaction. I didn't expect to be going that direction at all.
Yeah, that's how it goes. We just follow the energy, right?
Yeah, that's for certain.
Right. Gene, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, we're in the spot where it's actually time to end, but I have someone in the queue, and I'm inclined to answer to deal with this. So everybody, you have to live your life, you have to live your life. But I'm going to keep working here. So this is 641-472-3149.
Hi, Steve. If you recognize me, please don't identify me online.
Okay.
Thank you. When you opened it up for questions, there are two things that came up for me. One and then the other right afterwards. And I have a feeling they're related. I don't see how. May I just briefly describe both of them?
Well. If you can, I don't want a long story.
Okay.
But if you got like real quick one sentence questions, let's hear them. Absolutely.
Okay. One is, I've experienced a lot of love from Jesus, but I have not learned really how to love myself the way I feel that he loves me and everybody else. That's one. That's number one.
Okay.
The other is that I sometimes feel are aware of myself in everything, in the environment. And then I became aware that I wasn't any particular thing, like the house or a tree or something like that. I was that of which all things are.
Okay.
But now, that's faded. And right now, what I experience when I look at, say, a house, and I ask myself, there's something a little bit disconcerting about it. When I ask myself, am I that? Can I know that object of perception is myself? And the answer is no. And then I say, well, can I know that it's just strictly not myself? And I can't do that either. So it's somewhere in between.
Wonderful.
Somewhere in between.
So, Will, I love that you have questions. I really do. And let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Does your mind have an answer to either one of those questions?
If it did, I wouldn't be calling you about it.
Exactly. And do you notice that you're beating yourself up for not having answers?
Yes.
Right. And is that giving you an answer?
Well, it hasn't so far.
Right.
It hasn't, and no, it hasn't.
So now you have a choice to make, Will. You have a choice to make. You can either continue to go ask your mind for answers and continue to beat yourself up for not having them, or you can let go of asking your mind, give yourself love and approval, and allow the answers to come from something greater than yourself. What do you want to do here?
Well, it's obvious that...
Right, it's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So would it be okay with you if you let go of disapproving of yourself for not having an answer?
Yes.
Yes.
I
would it
feel,
be okay?
I feel a clenching in my stomach when I say that. But
good. Can you feel that clenching? Can you feel that clenching?
Yes.
And just sit with it. And let that energy go. So what's happening?
Well, it's mostly gone.
Good. Is it okay with you if it just goes entirely?
Yes.
Yeah. So keep letting it go, and let me ask you another question.
Yes.
I'll ask the same question again. Is it okay with you if you let go of disapproving of yourself for not having an answer to these questions?
Yes, it is.
It is okay, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost a relief to say that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it okay with you to let go of disapproving of yourself for no longer having that unity experience? Let me ask this. Does disapproving of yourself bring back that unity experience?
I think it's really moving in the opposite direction.
I think so. I think so. Right. So could you let go of disapproving of yourself for not being in unity consciousness?
Yes.
Yeah. And could you let go of disapproving of yourself some more?
Yes.
Yes. And could you let go of disapproving of yourself for not knowing how to love yourself as Jesus does?
Yes, I can, actually.
Yeah.
Can.
There you go.
No, I am not Jesus yet.
Right. Not Jesus yet.
But I think he loves me anyway.
I think that's a fair statement of Christianity, the core of Christianity right there.
Yeah.
So, is it okay with you, because beating yourself up and disapproving hasn't helped, if you give yourself some love and approval?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it okay with you if you give yourself some love and approval for being one of the few people on the planet that have had unity experiences?
Yes.
That's okay, isn't it? Could you give yourself some love and approval for experiencing the great love of Jesus Christ in your life?
Yes. Thank you, God.
Yes. Would it be okay with you if you just gave yourself love and approval for no reason whatsoever?
That would definitely be okay.
That's okay, isn't it? So could you give yourself some more love and approval?
Yes.
And more love and approval.
Okay.
Okay? Now what happens when you start giving yourself love and approval? What's your experience?
There's some expansion. There's some I guess I would have to call it letting go of control.
Good. Could you allow that to expand even more?
Yes.
And could you let go of wanting to control even more?
Yes.
Would it be okay with you if you let go of wanting to control how you experience the love of Jesus Christ?
Well, that's a big one,
Well, let me ask this question. Does trying to control how you experience the love of Jesus Christ cause you to control it?
No, and it just gets in the way.
It just gets in the way. So would it be okay with you to let go of this wanting to control how you experience the love of Christ?
Yes.
Yes, that's okay, isn't it? Could you make that decision again? Could you let go of wanting to control how you experience the love of Christ?
Yes.
Yes. And could you let go of wanting to control how you experience or when you experience unity consciousness?
Yes, I can.
Let's ask the same question again. Does wanting to control the pace of your evolution give you control over it?
No, and I realized something that just the last time you asked the question is that this experience of love, of the love of Jesus, is very with growth of consciousness.
Yes.
Of course, it seems obvious now, but
Yeah.
that's the connection between these two things.
Yes. So, Will, I want you to get in touch. It's a very good observation. You're exactly correct. I want you to get in touch with this feeling of wanting to control your evolution. And does that feeling of wanting to control, you're really wanting to control the universe there, does that create more unity or does that create separation in your life?
It creates, I think this is the same thing you're saying, what comes to me is it creates a division, sort of a bifurcation of awareness.
Yes, completely. So would it be okay with you if you let go of this wanting to control and allowed yourself to surrender completely into the alignment with the universal force?
Yes.
Yes. It's almost hard to do that, isn't it?
I have to put my attention on something or that I haven't had my attention on. Mm-hmm. I have to shift the focus of my attention to.
Yes. Would it be
else.
Okay with you if you, every time this frustration about your excuse me, your frustration about how you're progressing spiritually or how it's showing up in your life, every time this comes up, would it be okay with you if you took that as a divine sign that said, oh, it's time for me to let go of this wanting to control and surrender into alignment with the One?
Yes. In fact, it just really becomes clear that when I'm experiencing something like that, that this wanting to control it is it's nature's way or Jesus' way of putting in my face what it is that I'm experiencing. I'm saying, okay, I'm not happy with the way my spiritual life is growing, and then the divine is putting it in my face. Okay, here's the mechanics of that. Here are the mechanics of why your spiritual life isn't growing more, and your unhappiness about it, and why it's not growing more, are pretty much one and the same.
Yes. So is it okay with you, every time that comes up, you surrender into that field of beingness and love?
Yes.
You let go of that separation, that division. Division is a great word that you used. You let go of that division and allow yourself to expand into the one presence, underlying creation. That's okay, isn't it?
Yes, that's more than okay.
So if you have to do this 1,000 times before either unity or your oneness with Christ becomes a full-time living reality, would that be so bad? Would that be okay?
You know, it's got to be okay.
That's right. It does. Okay? It's
okay.
got to be okay.
It's okay.
It's got to be okay. So could you allow it? Could you be at ease with that, comfortable with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you let go of thinking you're in control of the timetable of your evolution?
Yes.
Yeah, you can let go of that. So, if it took 100 times, that'd be really okay, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. It'd be great.
Yeah. So the invitation for you here, the invitation for you here is to just keep doing this, and you'll notice all along, you'll start moving more and more into alignment with the One. Until finally it just, in its own time, happens fully. Could you be okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah. And how are you feeling right now?
I feel like I'm feeling more of that love of Jesus, and then on the level of understanding, I understand something that I haven't understood I haven't understood it before, is how that love of Jesus is the finest value of unity.
Yes. Yeah, unity comes from the heart. Yeah. Unity comes from the heart. All right, well, I think that's a good place to stop.
Thank you.
And I thank you. I thank you all for staying on and listening. And here, let me, because it's always fun. All right, you guys. You bet. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you so much. That was amazing.
Many thanks to everybody.
Yeah,
Blessings.
thanks to everyone.